Hello and welcome to the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. It's Thursday, July 22nd, 2021. Welcome back, everyone. Bitcoin clings on to 30K. Ethereum seems to have a pretty decent day, and of course, the B Word conference went off pretty well. We got a few cheerleaders back on board, as always. Joined by Cracking Crypto's lead analyst for the next 2 hours of everybody's favorite crypto technical analysis podcast. I have Alex Pearson with me. Alex, how you doing this Thursday afternoon?
I'm great, thank you.
All right, Jason, still not here, still on his bit of a holiday, enjoying time with the family, so let's wish Jason a good time. I'm sure he'll be back. Well, I was hoping he'd be back by today, but at this rate, probably won't be here till tomorrow or Monday. Jason, hope you're having a good time out there. All right. Let's go ahead and get into it, guys. You know how the show unfolds. Another 2 hours ahead of us of technical analysis and news coverage and so much more. Let's do it. What else did I have to mention? Yes, we had the community mentorship session yesterday. Alex, how did that go? Anything you want to bring up related to that?
We answered a few questions, but we ended up spending most of the time talking about land rights NFTs. NFTs related to the sandbox and metaverse and stuff like that. So it was just kind of an interesting conversation. maybe that's maybe that's its own kind of mentorship. I don't know. I try not to I try not to talk about charts or projects or stuff in mentorships and just focus on trading alone. But I mean, the sector that we work and invest in is interesting. So it's just kind of, especially when you spend your time researching it, you want to talk about it.
Right on. Indeed. Seems like it's certainly something that's sparked your interest. Yes, the world of NFTs and future VR worlds. This could be a major go-to in the gaming world in just a few years' time. NFTs, that's right. And, I guess blockchain as a whole, digital assets, the whole concept of digital ownership, digital assets, digital scarcity. We've kind of breached finance. The next great frontier is going to be gaming for this type of application. So it's going to be an interesting developments and a whole new genre almost in gaming coming our way thanks to NFTs. So very cool stuff. Let's go ahead and continue, guys. Let's go into check out prices today. We'll take a look at some of the latest price action. We'll check out the bubbles. We'll check out how the alt space is doing today. Before, of course, we get into a bit of news. We'll shout out the audience, and then we'll get into Alex's broad analysis of all things crypto and traditional markets. By the second hour of the show, of course, we'll be getting into that AMA and request section of the show. All right, let's do it. What's going on in Bitcoin? Let's check out Bitcoin on the daily trend here. And here we are, still climbing. Intraday, we had some interesting... Let's go put this down to the hourly candle. Let's see. How much did we retrace of yesterday's move? Not a whole lot. We did pull back to 31.7. But we've since climbed back up 32.4. Wow, we even had this nice wick here that hit 32.8. Seemingly, if we go back to the daily, Bitcoin's got some resistance. If I were to plot some resistance out, I'd put it, let's see here. We're right around here. I think around here, 33.5-ish. This is very broadly, guys, general zone of resistance here. Are we going to be able to get above 33K on Bitcoin, or is this just a dead cat bounce? That remains to be seen. Flip over to Ethereum. Its chart's looking pretty similar to Bitcoin's. Here it is, climbing above the daily baseline. Even Minx is getting very close to zero. If only we had a bit more of a WADA push. What do you think, Alex? Are we starting to look like this thing could be longable soon? 2.5K Ethereum. Here we go.
Only if we make it back over broken support. It's just not there yet. Yeah, this is just time for a price to kind of prove things to us, and we'll know what to do here pretty soon. But I mean, it looks good to me.
Doesn't look bad. Yeah, resistance up ahead on Ethereum around $2,300. So we will see how Ethereum fares, but it came out looking pretty good.
In my eyes, what we were looking for yesterday is for the day to end with like a big wick down, and that would really have been the sign that we were going to break down. And that's not what happened. We closed above all those critical areas of like broken support that we really needed to close above. So now I have serious doubts about us like really breaking down here again soon. Maybe we push up towards resistance, hit our heads, and then break back down. But
Yep.
we could travel up the wall.
Yep. Alex, of course, will expand on his thoughts in just a few minutes when he get into his segment. But yeah, Ethereum seemingly got a bit of a boost too yesterday over the course of that B word conference that we covered in yesterday's news. Elon revealed that he even holds some Ethereum as well. So yes, maybe this could be bittersweet to the Ethereum people out there. You may or may not want Elon to be endorsing your crypto of choice. Yeah. We've seen what's come of it before. But in the meantime, we'll get to that Ethereum, Elon news and more in just a few minutes. Here's a quick look at Ethereum Bitcoin ratio, or the pairing, I should say. But with that said, it is also returning above the baseline. Will the Ethereum appreciation trend versus Bitcoin continue? Even Mink's pulling above zero. This might in fact be a continuation of Ethereum's upward trend against Bitcoin. Is this the start of such a thing? I guess we'll find out soon. Quick look at EOS. Slowly crawling out of the pit, and here it is closing above the daily baseline. But most of the indicators are flat. This market's still kind of boring. Here's a quick look at XRP. Man, things are looking pretty much the same everywhere. 59-cent XRP, not much to add because it looks like everything else. DOT, same deal. 13.29 DOT. What's Kusama up to? Looking pretty much the same. $175 Kusama.
Hey, what's up? It just looks like you're moving around the ETH Bitcoin chart over.
That's very odd. Maybe,
Wait, no, I'm sorry. My Twitch is just that far behind.
No problem. No problem.
Twitch is normally like right there.
Yes. Well, today it's a little delayed, but no big deal. We're currently looking at Cardano, and yesterday's price action saw a stab through the baseline and kind of closed down below it. Currently at $1.20, reaching for a baseline close again. Cardano, not nearly the same trend as we've seen the last few coins we scanned by, but we'll see. Here's a look at Doge. Man, Doge fared surprisingly well amidst all this. Yesterday's candle, yeah, like a 25% move in it. Here it is at 19 cents. And here's that trend line I drew the other day. Is this the break of the downward trend? Hardly, but I guess we'll see how Doge plays out. Quick check in with gold. All right, hanging on to $1,800. What's the Dixie up to? All right, I'll let Alex expand on a bit of this. All right, Dow Jones. All right, and a little look at the SPX. All right, I will save any further comments for Alex at these markets here. Let's go ahead and get into the next segment here. What's going on in bubbles? We have, well, not quite as ripe as yesterday, but still doing decently well, including Axie Infinity leading the charge. AXS, it's up 28% today. Not bad. We also have the likes of Stellar XLM up 16%. Blockstacks up nearly 16% as well. Luna and Sushi, X-Sushi, all up about 13%. Flow, 16%. Waves, up 14%. Not a bad day in the alt space. A bit like yesterday, we have seen a continuation of this reprieve, this reprieve rally in the meantime. All right, Cosmos up 10%. Any losers here? Well, according to Bubbles, Doge is down a few points. XTC, Leo, Clout, not a whole lot else. Everything up at least in single digits. Not a bad day in the alt space. Man, I bet whoever panic sold the bottom of 2 days ago, probably kicking themselves right now. Note to self: when the panic runs the highest, and I've said this so many times before, usually turn out to be the big buying opportunities, at least in the short term. All right, there's a brief look at bubbles. Let's go ahead and get into the news. What's going on in the news? We'll cover, of course, some of the developments from the B-Word conference. Have a look. This first piece comes from Bitcoin.com. Elon Musk reveals SpaceX owns Bitcoin. He personally owns Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin. Let's see here. Bitcoin event B-Word, which took place Wednesday, featured a live discussion with Tesla and SpaceX CEO Elon Musk, Square and Twitter's Jack Dorsey, and ARK Investments' Cathie Wood. A discussion moderated by Steve Lee, head of Square Crypto. Responding to the question of what influenced his view on Bitcoin, Musk began by outlining the benefits of the cryptocurrency. Tesla's Techno King, who wore an Evolution of Money t-shirt during the live discussion, then said it's got a lot of potential. Emphasizing that he's not an investor, Musk said that the only significant publicly traded stocks that he owns are Tesla and SpaceX stocks. He then continued by adding, apart from that, I do own Bitcoin. Tesla owns Bitcoin. SpaceX owns Bitcoin. And I personally own a bit of Ethereum and Doge. Musk affirmed, in general, I'm a supporter of Bitcoin, emphasizing that Bitcoin I own is worth a lot more than the Ethereum or Doge that I hold, indicating that he doesn't believe he's selling after helping to boost prices. He opined, quote, if the price of Bitcoin goes down, I lose money. I might pump, but I don't dump. I would like to see Bitcoin succeed. All right, so some decent comments coming from Elon. At least he didn't totally thwart yesterday's conference. And I guess the big reveal was that, and this is something I think we touched on because it was breaking news in the midst of yesterday's show. Tesla, we knew owned Bitcoin, but now it's been revealed SpaceX owns Bitcoin, and even Elon personally owns a bit of Ethereum and Dogecoin. Not a bad development. I know we shouldn't hang so much on one man here, but he certainly does help set an example for a lot of the normies and the Reddit crowds out there. Musk, of course, seen as a major innovator, so it's good to have him on our side for a change. And of course, one of the things they tackled was regarding Bitcoin's energy usage. Musk conceded, well, it looks like Bitcoin is shifting a lot more toward renewables, and a bunch of heavy-duty coal plants that were being used have been shut down, especially in China. He added, I want to do a little more due diligence to confirm that the percentage of renewable energy usage is most likely at or above 50%, and that there's a trend toward increasing that number, elaborating, if so, Tesla will most likely resume accepting Bitcoin. All right, so Tesla on again, off again with the acceptance of Bitcoin payments. Turned out it only took a few months and a big Chinese exodus to flip Elon and Tesla's opinion on accepting Bitcoin payments. All right, so it's amazing how far we've come from the FUD of just a couple months ago. Here we are. It all begins and ends with one man, seemingly. All right, let's get into this next piece. It's coming from the Block Crypto. JP Morgan's greenlighting wealth management advisors to take crypto fund orders, says a new report. Okay, let's read into what this entails. JP Morgan has opened the doors to wealth management clients looking to invest in crypto funds, as it was reported by Business Insider earlier today. Specifically, orders for Grayscale and Osprey's crypto-based offerings are now on the table for wealth management advisors at the U.S.'s largest bank. The move reportedly opens the gates for clients ranging from retail users on Chase's trading app to the jet set of the bank's private investment business. Notably, these offerings are not themselves crypto investments, but rather trusts based on the performance of the crypto assets. JP Morgan is also only authorizing its advisors to process these orders if they come from clients themselves, barring the advisors from presenting crypto-based funds. These limitations reflect JP Morgan's long-standing resistance to endorse investment in crypto. In May, Jamie Dimon mentioned this to a congressional committee. My own personal advice to people is to stay away from crypto. Nonetheless, rumors have flown about JP Morgan reopening an actively managed Bitcoin fund of its own. JP Morgan declined to comment any further on this story, but still, it's a markedly different take on crypto. Not a bad thing. JP Morgan greenlighting wealth managers start offering crypto to their clients. Of course, it comes with a few caveats. You probably can't shill it too hard to the customers. The customers have to, yes, it says here, barring advisors from presenting crypto-based funds, only authorizing advisors to process these orders if they come from the clients themselves. All right. Well, hopefully some clients do inquire with their JPM analyst and their financial advisor, and maybe diversify even just to 1% of their portfolio or more into to crypto.
Just a year or two, when JP Morgan sees how much their money they're missing out on, they'll change their tune.
Yeah, that's for certain. All right. Well, always a promising development when the big institutional wealth management money gets greenlit. Well, diversify a bit of their cash into the space. Not all is lost, guys. All right, here's a piece talking about SpaceX buying Bitcoin, but we already covered this for the most part. Let's have a look at this piece here from Bean and Crypto. SEC chairman says crypto stock tokens need to follow securities laws. Let's quickly scan what this article is about. The SEC chairman Gary Gensler said that synthetic and crypto stock tokens must subscribe to securities laws, a stance that other governments are also taking. All right, does this relate to some of the Binance stocks that we've seen listed? Let's take a look, and then of course delisted. July 21st, SEC Chairman Gary Gensler spoke to the American Bar Association Derivatives and Futures Law Committee, saying that synthetic crypto stock tokens should fall under securities laws. The speech mostly dealt with matters outside of crypto, but Gensler allotted some time to speak of the role that cryptocurrencies might have with securities markets towards the end. He pointed to several platforms offering crypto products based on securities and says that they must all work with the securities regime. Gensler declared that the stock tokens, stable value tokens backed by securities, and any virtual product that provides a synthetic exposure to underlying securities must all subscribe to securities laws. He goes on to say that those products must be registered under the Securities Act of 1933 if they're security-based swaps, purpose of examination of the markets to ensure investor protection, something Gensler reiterated several times. Stock tokens have become a talking point among regulators in recent months. It's a popular niche, allowing users to hold stocks through tokens that represent their holdings. This tokenized equity market was once a major niche in the crypto space, with Tesla, Apple, and other company shares all available for purchase via crypto. But regulators are wary of potential risks. Binance removed stock tokens in the wake of opposition from authorities in Europe and Asia. It appears that the US is now taking a similar stance. The SEC has made it clear that it'll examine the crypto market thoroughly, working toward investor protection and prevention of market manipulation. Has doubled down efforts this year alongside many other countries until this year, blah, 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 blah. All right, regulatory framework. Yep, might be good for the market.
FTX has synthetic stocks, right?
I thought it did too, yeah. And FTX is based here in the U.S. Is any of that potentially going to be under fire soon by authorities? And even still, kind of goes to show you maybe some of these established, the New York Stock Exchange, the CME, all of these established markets, are they shaking in their boots right now? Could you imagine this new digitized, tokenized security world where people trade these products, these securities, with with maybe much less, what's the word I'm looking for? Commissions, lower commissions, much lower bar of entry, etc., etc. Do they not want this? They don't want the everyman have access to some of these tokenized, fractionalized securities? I guess not. But hey, guess we'll see what happens to the likes of FTX and all their tokenized securities. How many of them do they still have on their platform? I wonder if I could quickly look up.
They didn't have that many. If I recall, they had Coin, they had Tesla, they had GME, they had AMC, they had several of the meme stocks. AMD, I think they had AMD. I can't recall off the top of my head, but I do remember those.
Yep. Let's take a look here. Will I be able to easily look any of them up? Let me see here. AMD. Let's see if I click crypto. Will AMD come up? AMD on FTX. Yeah, it's still there. Let's see here. Tesla. Is Tesla still available on FTX? It is. All right. Interesting that we're seeing Binance, the gray market seeming operator, pull out, but FTX not yet. Has FTX made any kind of comments on this? Interesting to note, but indeed, guys, let's here's a little warning, I guess, from the regulators and the SEC chairman. Trading securities is their shtick. It's cool and innovative, all these things that we're doing in this space, and all these products that places like FTX and Binance are bringing. But apparently, this is raising some eyebrows among the regulators. So we'll see how all of this pans out. FTX and any kind of going to be withdrawing their securities offerings as well. We will see. In the meantime, let's hop into this next piece here. Former Ethereum developer Virgil Griffith arrested for signing into his Coinbase account. And how does somebody get arrested for signing into a Coinbase account, you ask? Well, you guys may remember this former Ethereum developer Virgil Griffith. He was that guy that went over to North Korea to put on like some kind of seminar, some kind of smart contract seminar, if I remember correctly. And of course, he got arrested.
He went to go teach them basically how to use cryptocurrencies, how to buy and sell stuff. But basically, he's teaching North Korea how to evade U.S. sanctions.
Well, that's what the U.S. authorities, the prosecution claims. Well, I guess that's still have to be proven in court. He's still out on bond. I just want to make that clear that he's.
Come on, let's all be real here. Anybody older than a 12-year-old would know that the North Koreans are going to use cryptocurrencies to evade U.S. sanctions. What else are they going to be using it for?
I mean, I would have to examine his presentation, and again, this probably I'll let the prosecutors prove this in court. I
don't know that he should necessarily. I don't know that there should be U.S. sanctions. I think U.S. sanctions are
right.
It's like abusive to other countries in the world. But that being said, I think he did the thing. Like obviously he was teaching them to evade U.S. sanctions. Like, what else would they use it for?
Yeah, I suppose he should have. Maybe he was a bit naive. I don't know what the contents of his presentation. All this has to be kind of proved in court. Okay. But nonetheless, guys, he did get busted. Of course, he got taken into custody. And of course, he was released on bond and probably told not to mess with crypto, not to probably stay far away from computers. Even how some of these release conditions, these bond conditions look. And in this case, yes, so back in November 2019, the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District in New York arrested the former Ethereum Foundation member for allegedly assisting North Korea in evading sanctions. After the Manhattan U.S. Attorney revealed the news, crypto community erupted in outrage. Yes, this was a big story. A year and 8 months later, Griffith was released on bail, but reports from Inner City Press note that he's recently been taken back into custody. Allegedly, Griffith violated the terms of his bail, and then the judge had him arrested. Virgil Griffith was surrounded by 2 U.S. Marshals, blah, 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 blah. All right, so what happened? Basically, it stated that the former Ethereum developer attempted to access the crypto exchange platform Coinbase via his account, but reportedly it was his mother trying to sign into her own account, accidentally logged into his. Interesting, maybe. Seems interesting, but his bail terms noted he's not allowed to access any of his crypto accounts while he's under house arrest. His attorney argued that the login was a misunderstanding, and the lawyer reportedly asserted that he didn't need his mother to log him in. Blah, blah, blah.
I was just thinking that there are times in my life where I would have been way better off if someone arrested me the moment I had logged into my Coinbase account.
Haha, yes. The authorities might have done him a favor. Even more so if it was the case of Bybit or something, but yeah, indeed.
Selling.
Mm-hmm.
They did him a solid.
Right, so if he's convicted of conspiracy charges for allegedly teaching North Korea how to use blockchain tech, Griffith will face up to 20 years in federal prison. Oof, well, poor guy, my condolences to him. Should have probably known better. I like to think, I don't know what his political motivations were exactly for this whole thing, but it's unfortunate. And, the feds are all over this guy. Your mom can't even log into her Coinbase account to DCA, buy the dip. His mom goes in to try to buy the dip, and next thing you know, feds are kicking down the door and bucking him. Sir, you are not allowed to access your Coinbase. Oh man, oh shucks, guys. It was my mom. Trying to DCA into ICP. God damn it. Well, F in the chat for Virgil Griffith, I suppose. Let's have a look at the time. All right, still got a couple minutes to cover these last couple of news items here. All right, another day, another celebrity throws down on Bitcoin. This time it's Man, can I say a bit of a has-been rapper? No, I guess he's still pretty relevant. He's still considered one of the greats. Busta Rhymes buys Bitcoin. Busta Rhymes, an American rapper, songwriter, record producer, and actor, has bought Bitcoin after watching the B-Word Digital Conference. Quote, after watching the Bitcoin conference live with Jack Dorsey, Elon Musk, Cathie Wood, I'm sold on Bitcoin, Busta Rhymes said to his 3.8 million Twitter followers. Officially holding Bitcoin, he added, saying he's now looking into Ethereum next. Here's the tweet. Let's see here. My biggest takeaway was this. The way Elon Musk phrased this statement has got me seriously thinking, especially with what's been happening around the world recently. Government and its monopoly on violence. Damn. Man, can I play this clip here without...
If you think of government...
Alright, I'm going to turn this down a little bit, guys. Bear with me.
Government is just a corporation in the...
Alright, government's just a corporation, guys. This is fair use. We're making commentary.
...limit. So sometimes some people are like against corporations, but...
Yes, some people are indeed against corporations.
Government, it's like, guys, government is just a corporation in the limit. It's the biggest corporation of all. And it's got a monopoly on violence. So.
All right. No, I'm just playing this. Sorry, you're not privy to this, but I'm just playing these Elon's comments at the B conference yesterday, talking about this dialectic that some people have for and against corporations. He just describes government as one big corporation, one that happens to have a monopoly on violence. All right, so he's a bit of an his anarcho-capitalist philosophy kind of shining through on this one. Busta Rhymes found it intriguing, and as a consequence, he's now a Bitcoin hodler. Let's see here. This conference watched live by at least 200,000 people, having one of the highest live viewerships on YouTube is outside of space rocket launches. All right, so this was one of the biggest streams of note on YouTube. So clearly a lot of eyeballs were on this guy. So yes, whether you love him or hate him, you know, Elon and maybe some of these other characters on screen, you know, this does help raise the profile. Normies, like I said, do tune in. They do hang on to every word. They do think these people are innovators, artisans, you name it. And it's good that Elon does help. You know, he's done some damage, but he's helping undo some of that, I guess. So Elon always jockeying for position in my heart, I guess. Let's see here. All Bitcoiners, Musk, Dorsey, and Wood. Musk revealing first time he personally also holds ETH. Yes, that was one of the main takeaways. The Grammy Award nominated Busta Rhymes, also now a Bitcoiner, but it's unclear how many he bought and how much ETH he plans to buy. Yes, both Bitcoin and ETH have risen since the conference. Yes, the conference was indeed a nice positive development, if I would say so. Alright, anything else I have to cover today? Anyone want to take any guesses how much the Busta Rhymes buy? I'm sure he's got, let me just quickly here. Busta Rhymes net worth. Curious what this man is worth. How Busta Rhymes achieved a net worth of $65 million. Alright, so he's worth about 65 mil, or the equivalent of a few crypto developers who've done a few successful rug pulls in the DeFi space. Not bad for a multi-decade long career. So out of 65 million, Alex, how much do you think he might have allocated into Bitcoin or crypto? 10 grand? 100 grand? 1 million? What do you think his buy-in might have been? You're holding 65 mil and you're a rapper.
Well, let's assume that a lot of his net worth is wrapped up in illiquid assets. Like he's got home net value. He's probably got a few cars. Who knows how much his Busta Bling cost him? We just don't know facts like that. However, if Busta Rhymes is smart, which he must be, he has way more money than I do, then he probably allocated all of it. He probably sold everything.
All in, eh? Alright, all in, Busta. I wish one of his famous tracks would come to mind. Maybe I could quickly remix it into something to do with
like that guy who sold his family's home and they lived out of a van for the entirety of the bear market because he bought the top. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was brutal.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh.
But you know what? If holding through the bear market, he's up. He's up. He's up right now.
Damn right. Hopefully he sold somewhere near the top this time.
Yeah.
But
hopefully his family forgave him after the 3 years were up.
Right. Well, I mean, they didn't leave him on the spot then. Sounds like that is one intact, one loyal family. Yeah, I guess if he's got, let's say, 350 on the chain, 150 on the watch, what's 100 grand of Bitcoin, right?
Ether said the conference was blah. Yeah, the conference was so blah. A friend of mine watched it, and when they were telling me, because they thought it was going to be like, information for new people, and they were going to learn about crypto, and they're just like, oh, he was talking about the need for developers and stuff. I was like, well, that doesn't sound like a very helpful speech. I don't, really know why they're advertising stuff like that. It's like an industry. That's something that you talk about at San Francisco Blockchain Week or something. You talk to other industry people. You don't talk to people from outside crypto and be like, oh, we need developers to do blah, blah, blah. That's doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I figured wasn't anything too ground shaking discussed. Seeing the biggest takeaways since yesterday mostly have to do with SpaceX revealed to own Bitcoin, Elon revealed to own Ethereum. Yeah, nothing too revolutionary here. Would have been nice if we had maybe some more insightful discussion on the topic, but hey, this is the best we're gonna get. Likely if you had an Andreas versus I don't know, fill in the blank, Adam Back conversation. Probably only get like 1,000 live viewers in this case. Okay, these guys are high profile. Maybe they're not going to get under the hood and talk nitty gritty details. But on the flip side, you do get about 200,000 plus eyeballs, concurrent viewers, watching the stream. So there's trade-offs. Even if it was a more kind of pedestrian conversation, alas, that's what we get. All right. Well, better than where we were just a few months ago with the likes of Elon seemingly withdrawing support for Bitcoin. Certainly made, he's certainly eating his words a bit. He's certainly done a bit of a U-turn on his thoughts on Bitcoin. So not all is bad. This B-word conference, for the most part, positive takeaway. All right. That's it for now. Let me see. How am I doing on time? Can I cover this last article here? Nah, I got to pretty much get into this next part. Kathy Wood also is surprised. Had an interesting take. Bitcoin is a hedge against bad deflation. The ARK Investments, Kathy Wood. Deflation, I think, is going to be a real thing. Wood says there's going to be good deflation caused by innovation, so demand will boom because of that. Yeah, so she has kind of an unusual take.
Oh. That's not the deflation argument that I really subscribe to. So for those of you who might have heard me talk about deflation, or watcher of Jeff Snyder, don't forget Jeff Snyder's take is that deflation is going to be caused by like a dollar shortage. There's like a shortage of dollars, so people won't be spending. There's credit contraction, and the credit contraction causes. The financial tightening causes a credit contraction. The credit contraction is monetary destruction, which kind of is like, a circle of money destruction. So that's like a different deflationary argument versus the argument that deflation is going to cause like prices to go down everywhere because of innovation and technology. It's like a positive deflationary argument versus like a negative deflationary argument.
Yes, it is. Yes, it's certainly a little different. But to expand a little bit, she describes the bad deflation scenario coming to be because so many companies out there are not investing in innovation. Their products are going to go obsolete. They're going to be stuck trying to service debt that they piled on because shareholders wanted profits and wanted them now. Yes, it's a unique take on how Bitcoin, a hedge against bad deflation, as she calls it. All right, that was just some of Kathy Wood's. Kathy Woods, is that her name? Kathy Woods, yes. Kathy Woods' comments at yesterday's B-Word conference. All right, guys, enough of this. Let's get into the live chat. He's kicking it with us this afternoon. All right. Pretty sure I saw Daniel on YouTube as one of the first people in the chat this afternoon. Yep, it was certainly Daniel. Daniel, shout outs to you. Thanks for being first in here as always. Any word on DLive. Ahoy! Shout outs to Any Word. Bob the Builder. We are live, boys. Yes, we certainly are. Shout outs to Bob the Builder. Alex1233, let's go. Prophet Bear says, I made it early. You certainly did this time. Prophet Bear adds, so did Bitcoin break the mini bear trend, or should we expect one more major test below 30K beginning of August? I guess we'll We'll cover that in just a few minutes. Alex, Soul 33, in my opinion, I would expect the latter, if not more. Yes, still a lot of people, and you know, I get it. Banking on a move to the downside. Plenty of analysts still plotting a course to 25k, 20k, even sub 20k. Will we still test 13k before the next big rally? Taz Blitz, good evening all. Shoutouts to Taz. Hope you're well indeed. Philly Car, evening fellas. KC has taken off this week. Might be inflation, maybe, he says. KC, what's KC? KuCoin?
King Cotton.
Cotton, okay.
He means King Cotton. I know,
Gotcha,
I
KC.
know you feel it. I feel you in my soul. He means King Cotton.
King Cotton, understood. Do you Yanks still drink coffee? Yeah, absolutely. It's espressos and cappuccinos only in my household, of course. Although lately I'm doing iced coffees. Super delicious. Taz Blitz, all's well. Hope all is well there, indeed. Electric writes, hey everyone. Shoutouts to Electric on Twitch. Let's see. Crypto Bull 21 max supply of a whole lot of NFT coins. Alright. Apparently doesn't like the scarcity being how much NFT stuff is coming out. Man, you gotta pick the right platform, Crypto Bull. Lock in the right NFTs in the right ecosystem. Might be highly desirable one day. Franklin MC, good morning guys. Shoutouts to Franklin MC. Crypto Bull 21, Axie Infinity is up. I got me some for the 600% APY. Damn, Axie Infinity early APYs look pretty juicy. Polly B, hey people, shoutouts to Polly B. Any word makes me want to get out of Bitcoin and into Pirate Chain. Now, you know, I should have been buying the dip on Pirate Chain. I gotta check the price. How much is Pirate Chain up in the last 48 hours? Did I miss a good dip on Pirate Chain like everything else? Polly B, shoutouts to you. Ron Legato, I think I might have mentioned some of you. Did anyone get their first Flare airdrop? Asked Crypto Bull. No. Who gets Flare airdrop? XRP hodlers? I was supposed to get free Flare on Coinbase for holding XRP a while ago. I didn't get jack yet, says word. Or is it the Litecoin hodlers that are getting Flare? How is this Flare? Who's getting Flare? Anybody know? Not very confident in this Ripple thing whatsoever, says any word. Bankers coins are not my thing. Indeed, some people are all for the banker coins. Coinbase wants a long time to give airdrops. Heard there was another one coming for anyone holding at the snapshot. Well, good luck guys. Jordan Stotts, hey friends, shoutouts to Jordan. Second drop called Canary is coming too. Alright guys, some Canary networks are the best to use scams, says Alex.
They are. Think about it. Why have one token generation event when you can have two token generation events at the start of your project? We'll start 2 blockchains and we'll sell 2 tokens instead of 1. It's fantastic. What a scam.
Oh my god, I love it, Alex. I gotta buy twice as much XRP for this doubled up airdrop event. What was I thinking? Never hold back when it comes time to absorbing as much airdrop as you can. Crypto Bull 21, the silver lining for, alright. Dave Rice joins us on YouTube. Hi all. Electric, if these walls were 18 inches taller, that would help. Sorry, wrong chat. Okay. Fair enough. Try to figure that one out. Me too. Let's see here. The conference was kind of blah, Mr. Ether. Yeah, we covered that comment earlier. Yes, and baby mamas. Yes, probably has a bunch of baby mamas as well. Busta Rhymes. That is not cheap either. Mr. Ether puts his buy-in around 200k. Alright, yeah, maybe drop 200,000 large on Bitcoin. Not bad. That's one way to fast forward your BTC holdings. Any word I'm thinking about ARRR Hex. Okay, technology isn't deflationary, it disaggregates money, or should I say value. Deflation is purely a monetary phenomenon. I figured somebody would chime in on Kathy Wood's comments vis-a-vis deflation. Let's see here. Look, Alex clarifies. Look at the prices and sizes of computers and TVs. That's deflation from innovation that she's talking about. Any word, it was down $2 for a bit. Let's start the weekend party early and on Tuesday. Oh, David Rice apparently looking to party early. It's only Thursday, my man. You gotta wait till Friday installment wraps up. Lambo Dreams, genius, honestly. All right, shout outs to Lambo Dreams. Welcome to the show. CryptoBull21. It's the old XRP snapshot from what I read. And finally, Mice Elf. Dot feels like this cycle's Neo. Well, do you, you've seen, what regard does it feel like Neo? Is it because Neo went to $100 back in like 17, 18 and then went down to like $1? Is this what you mean by DOT? Is DOT seriously down like 90% or will be on its way down to 90%?
It's definitely down at least 80%.
Alright, well, maybe DOT does feel a bit like Neo in that case. Mice Elf, shoutouts to you. Thanks for joining us live stream. That said, guys, everyone's shouted out. It's time to get into the next segment. Got TA coming your way in just a minute. Is there anything I'm forgetting? I don't think so. No. Chest. We're going to open the D-Live chest as well in exactly just under an hour's time. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and connect to Alex's stream. He's live now. Let's get Alex on the main scene here. All right. BTC.D on the weekly. Looks like we're synced up, Alex. As for the rest of yous, post your requests. I don't think I came across any requests reading the comments just now. If I did, please do repost them. I'm ready to start logging everyone's requests. In the meantime, let Alex take you through his luck at these markets. I'll be back in a few minutes.
This is starting to become a really interesting weekly candle if we can get this close. Pretty close to a cross up here. Yeah, the more I look at it, the more I kind of like looking at it. The more I like this angle as a descending wedge, right from this area. Take a simple measured move of this. Never find it. I use these tools every day. Why can I not remember which box it's in? God. Then we got a breakout right here. Okay, so really what we're looking for here is a retest the highs and then just to clear all the way back up towards the resistance of this trading range. What we have more signs here that's the way things are working out. I was looking at an interesting spot on VPVR recently. Where is it? Right here on CME. Just looking at this spot right here on the CME, and this seems like such a clear area of resistance that we're going to have to go through, that it was also a clear short-term target. I think whatever happens here will be breaking up and headed to this area, 35,000 right here. Just, I love this spot on the VPVR. It's so clear. It's right at this area of resistance and support. You see support here, boom, 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 boom. Break, and here it's become resistance, 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 resistance right here in this spot. Roughly 34,750, 34,005, 35. So that rough area right here on the CME chart. If we do make that over, if we do make it over here, then I would expect to go ahead and clear the top of the trading range, much like we were looking at. If we're seeing it from the angle of a descending wedge right here. So one way or another, I feel I wouldn't say confident. I feel more I feel more sure than not that what we're gonna end up breaking out there. We'll look at slightly lower time frames. I mean, things could. It sort of feels like things could still go either way, but with yesterday's close being relatively strong, that was kind of what we had needed and we're looking for. Sorry guys, you know I like to look at this from a lot of different angles. Is this spot right here, which was our broken like final quote-unquote final line of support. Like that's it. If we go below this area, we're in for it. And we start to close below it right here, and we get this hard press down. Shorts move in, they think that's it, you know, support's broken. We close on the other side of it right here, push, and then, as Jason would say, Jericho, right to the face, right? So I really, and so with this close back above it, it feels like a reclamation of our trading range and just what we need to be more confident, I guess, in what direction we're going here. So I say upwards. If you held a gun to my head, I'm looking up right now. Ethereum has a nice setup here for a strong bullish divergence on the 3-day. See, we got a lower low here on price, higher low here on our oscillator forming right now. We won't get this for another day and a half, so we could still get faded here. But this is a strong close back into the area that we had been looking for for recovery. So where is it? It's the 1950 area. Yeah. So that was what I had specifically said yesterday. The danger was that we would close below this area of resistance right here, right around 1950, 1935. See, it's resistance, then it becomes support. We look over here, it's support again. We get a breakdown, fake out below, and a close back above that critical area of resistance and support. So, frankly, as long as we're above 1950, 1935, I feel bullish on Ethereum. This was the area that we needed to reclaim. After this area, we can easily move at least back up towards 2150, 2200-ish area. And then that's really the final area of resistance that we need to beat to then be cleared out all the way to 3000. I think we'd have a clear runway all the way right up there. We're getting kind of close to the weekly trend. We're almost there. No, this was the 3-day trend. If that's right. I drew this off the 3-day, didn't I? That's right. Okay. We remember. We were looking at this yesterday, all of us. All right. So if Ethereum is going to bounce, this is an area where we would expect Ethereum to bounce, right? It's right near its parabolic trend. This is drawn off the weekly. It's a little bit less, or no. Is this drawn off the weekly? This is drawn off the weekly. Yes, this is drawn off the weekly. All right. We're almost there. And even if we have another leg down, it would just be like not a huge leg. It'd be like 14, 15 minutes. We don't want the leg down, but if we do get one, we're getting close to the trend. I think whatever happens, we're gonna get some volatility in soon, upwards or downwards. Okay. Bitcoin dominance looking pretty rough right now. This is kind of what we're expecting. Ever since Bitcoin dominance hit its head around the 47-48% area, people just haven't been really interested in dumping their alts into Bitcoin. Maybe there's just too many USDT pairings in the markets now. People don't really feel like they need to sell into Bitcoin when the markets are bad, but I would say that alts have held up against Bitcoin better than I had expected going into the start of this dip, right? Because we were looking all the way back here. On the first leg down, Bitcoin had this massive move up against alts as people just frantically dumped their alts. Alts were pretty pumped up, right? After a pullback, I had expected a full move up into the 50s for dominance. With Bitcoin taking up more than 50% of the air in the room. But let's look at the weekly, right? We've come all the way up to our weekly moving average. We're starting to cross under on time transformation. This is a pretty ugly looking weekly candle here. We didn't make it over 48%. We didn't. I think alts are gonna bounce harder than Bitcoin here. Ethereum especially, if we are bouncing in this spot. I want to put that caveat in there. So this chart does not yet imply that we're going to bounce, but if we do bounce, I think this chart is implying that alts are going to bounce harder than Bitcoin. Uniswap perp holding strong. Dragon perp. Oh my god, is Dragon perp gonna bounce from our trend line? That's gonna be so awesome. Let's see. Well, look at that. Oh, if we're off by a couple of cents. Okay, but it's pretty close. I don't know, guys. I feel like this is a really good area to be looking to be a buyer right now. Getting a strong movement off of our buy zone right here. Still, none of these are still in an area where we can be a buyer. It's below our moving averages. Our momentum oscillators, some of them are catching up, but we're not there yet. But it's really positive looking, at least for a movement back towards resistance. Just clear out the entire trading range again to the upside on all of these things. Clear out the entire trading range to the upside. Why can't I find it? Please. There we go. So, entire trading range right here. Full trading range. Just clear it. Interesting volume up right here. Okay, really, we're expecting this area, but wouldn't be surprised to see a wick all the way right up into here. Put a second little extra one right up in this spot. We'll see. Something like this up and then back down. Yeah, I like it, guys. I'm really digging a bounce from this area right now. People have been so bearish, right? Been so bearish. They're so sad and upset. They all dumped their positions. We all lost our money, and it really sucks. So maybe it's time for people to feel FOMO again. All right, so alts look good here for a bounce. Bitcoin looks decent here for a bounce, at least back up towards the point of control, at least back towards the 34, 35K range. We were looking at this area right up here, really. All right, the dollar has got to be down today, right? Well, the dollar was down today. Well, there goes our usual narrative. Here is one of those interesting days when the inverse correlation does not quite hold, right? Whoops. There we go. We could be finding support here right now. If we've turned resistance into support, then that kind of changes the narrative here. We really need the dollar to break down. Okay, so if the dollar is up, traditional's down. Okay, so traditionals were down, and now they're back up. Well, guys, I would be shocked if we had a continuation here, but it is a higher low technically. We haven't made it yet. We would need like another we need a bit more to see here that this is the low, but for right now, the Dow could break out here. No. I feel like we're right at resistance. It doesn't make sense to me. These are all trapped buyers, right? Buying. These people need to get out. But all the people buying up towards resistance, like where's our volume coming from? Not gonna lie, that is a pretty strong weekly candle, right? Maybe I'm wrong to have been bearish on the traditional markets at all. I'm confused, guys. You know, these are really strong breaks of trend that we've seen in the in traditional markets. Keep looking at this volume as we push up into resistance. There's not a lot of buying volume here. We'll know by Monday, I think. We'll know for sure by Monday. That's not that helpful right now. Platinum holding the break of the downtrend. It may just recover from here. I wonder if this was like our one chance to buy in the buy zone. Palladium recovering, most likely going to retest the daily or weekly resistance. I could see us continuing to try and sucker people into trading these highs. This is just exit time. You got to get out of Palladium. Palladium's going down. No question in my mind. Same for silver. I mean, just look at it. Just look at it. It's ugly, guys. Say no to silver. Say no to quote-unquote short squeezes on silver. Look at that. Look at the monthly here. Monthly time transformation is just saying, no way. No way. Gold seems to be finding some support in this area. If we got a cross up here, I'd be willing to take gold back up towards 1850. That's what we were looking before, right? We did not get that full retest of this area that we were looking for. You know, these lows right up here. I want to move this up just a little bit more, actually. This area right here. Mm. 30-year bonds having a nice recovery today, but I see a pullback here, back towards break out of this range, I think. I like this area. Let's see if we keep getting interaction with this area. Russell 2000. See, look at that. Already pushing back up against this area. I told you, this is not the area to short from. You don't short from the lows. Because the moment we get near the lows, what does price do? Price just fucks off right in the other direction. Right? Right in the other direction. All the early shorters, or actually these people are late shorters. These are the early shorters up here. All the late shorters, they get wrecked. We move back up towards the local point of control. But we're trapped underneath resistance still. This is the resistance area that we've been looking at. What's happening? We reject today from that resistance area. It looks like my time frame here is probably too long. It might just do blank with blank and then come down like this. But it's going to do something like this. It's going to push up here a little bit more into our resistance before we actually get the full rejection here on the Russell. But I mean, this doesn't look very good, does it? Look at the monthly. That is not a happy time transformation, right?
I'm going to interrupt very briefly just to shout out Crypto Bull on D Live. He said he dropped a diamond, one diamond super chat in. Thank you very much for your diamond donation, Mr. Bull. He writes, thank you, Moonbeans and Alex. And then in brackets, TVK. Okay, I think Alex and Moonbeams both advocating for the TVK. Well, apparently Crypto Bull got in on that one. He's pretty happy. I think TVK is up like 10% on the day. All right, thank you for your super chat. Back to Alex.
Nice. Hey, I bought some after the show too. If you look on Uniswap, you can see my order that got front run from 15 cents to 20 cents. That was me. I left my slippage at 30%. I wasn't paying attention. That was lovely. So I'm deeply underwater on TVK, even though we're up because of the front running. So that really sucked. Yep. Well, you know, you got to pay attention to stuff like that.
No kidding.
Let me see here. World markets are showing a bit of a recovery today. Oh my Lanta. Are we going to break up on the Singapore 30? That's pretty strong looking here. Netherlands is back above. It's back above support. Oh my god. No. Okay. Japan. All right, Japan is still here and pushing at resistance, huh? India, no, I think India is going to find more resistance in this spot. All these people are sellers now. These are all sellers. Everybody who bought these highs, so. Hong Kong could be recovering from these lows. What's our downtrend here? Yeah, it's not there yet. Look at this beautiful descending broadening wedge. We drew this out over here, right? And what does price do? Reaches all the way down to the bottom of the wedge and all the way back up. Just so beautiful textbook, guys. Beautiful, beautiful pattern right there. So much volatility. So beautiful if you were trading this. I'm sure there were people who trade the French 40 who were able to trade it. But we were looking at it. You guys saw this play out in real time. Isn't this just so beautiful? Way you can just draw lines like that and just get the bottoms and the tops just easy. It's such a beautiful textbook pattern. Maybe China's not finding support here near the lows. Maybe we've turned support into resistance. Maybe it's like dun dun dun. You're trap below support. Yeah, man, I wouldn't be a buyer here until we were back above 16,840. Nice recovery here on the Aussie 200. I don't know. This looks kind of like a break of resistance. Maybe. Well, I still wouldn't take it in the spot. We're essentially at resistance, but these are set up that we could continue in this spot. I'm not ready to call these continuations in the world markets. We haven't made new highs on the NASDAQ or the SPY or on the Dow or on the Indian markets or in France or even in the Netherlands, which is surprisingly well positioned right now. Surprisingly so. It's recovered over this line. But we're still underneath our critical area of resistance right here. We had this rejection. You see this daily doji right here. Rejection. Very interesting reversal sign right there. I'm not sold yet. I'm not sold yet on the world markets. Came all the way down and retested the point of control here on Brent crude. Recovering very strongly over the last 2 days, surprisingly so. Oh wow, look at the 3-day candle that we closed. Yeah, that's strong to me. I say that means continuation on Brent crude. Look at that. It's just so much price absorption. Yeah, as long as we stay above $72 on the 3-day, I say long Brent crude with extreme prejudice. I'm very surprised. We had the break of this weekly trend, as you guys know. Look at this on the weekly. So this area right here, see, we cross under it, buy back, buy, all the way back above it. So as long as we stay above this area, I'm bullish. Could retest 78, maybe come back up towards the highs, near 84. I'd be interested in seeing that. But if we cross back below the 72 and close back down there, this is all back on the table. All of this. It's really so either we move up from here or from here, this entire area. Those are the options.
Hey, quick shout out to Boris Bitcoin, who just came through the live chat on D Live. I do see your request, Boris. Welcome back to the show. Gonna just logged it. Back to Alex.
Yeah.
Unless you want to do requests.
I will start requests in just a second. You guys will remember natural gas was strong at the start of the week. As you can see, we've gotten a lot of continuation from natural gas. This was a very strong chart. Natural gas up today, 2%, and I think we will most likely see a breakout through $4 here, and $4.50 relatively soon on natural gas. This looks good. Strong. Very strong chart. Look at this on the weekly. Wow, this shit's parabolic. Like all of this was resistance. We've broken it. I think it's just clear straight up to here. All right, let's do the chart requests.
Let's do it. Almost 20 after 2. Let's get into the first request on today's request line. We've got Paranormal Debunker up first. Let me just quickly reshuffle this and go. Paranormal Debunker writes, look at Clover Finance, CLV, new quizzes on Coinbase. So I guess Coinbase is giving away maybe some free CLV. Anybody ever snagged themselves?
It looks like they're giving it away for free because it's near a high, buddy. I'm sorry. This is not like a healthy looking chart right here. This looks like we're going to break down from here. Let's look at it on here on Chartix. Is this, no, this is Clover Protocol.biz. I don't think this is Clover Finance. Yeah, let's try this.
Should be an Ethereum contract ending in F52.
I need the starting
0x8. Oh.
No.
Top trading pair on Coinbase. Well, the Coinbase is the top trading pair followed by FTX and KuCoin.
All right. Well, I guess just KuCoin is gonna have to do. Yeah. No. This just looks topped out here. I would be taking this to the downside, or I'd be getting out here.
All right. Well, Paranormal Debunker. There was a quick look at CLV. I guess anybody wants to get their hands on some, I guess, free crypto. Yes, it's probably just pennies, but there are all those quizzes, some of that education material. I guess Coinbase offers. I guess if you complete the 15 minutes of work it takes to kind of run through that, free tokens. In this case, I guess Clover added to that list. In the meantime, let's get into this next one. It's Daniel. Daniel on YouTube wants to look at Vet, Harmony, and Raven.
Oh, okay. I do remember you had those at the end of close yesterday, didn't you?
Yep.
This is going to be one of those days. Listen, this is every other chart out there right now. I like it. I think we're going to break up here. But it looks like every other token in this spot. I would take it. I'm looking to take it back towards the resistance at least. So taking this back towards 13 cents. And the midterm and probably in the short term, we see 10 cents, 8.5 cents, or 9.5 cents. These are our two big resistance areas right here. Boom and boom. If we break that, then I could see us consolidating in the highs and then making new highs. But I would be really looking for us to swing up here to the point of control, consolidate a little bit, and then swing all the way back up towards the top of the trading range. What's the next one?
Harmony 1.
Just haven't quite broken out of our descending broadening wedge here. On the weekly, like, you look at this, and I really feel like this is ripe for a reversal. Disregarding what we see in the rest of the market, it's just like this relentless downwards push, 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 push. We just don't make a new low here, do we? This is a higher low. It's a higher low here. If we break above, we could break above 7.5 cents here and close above this area. I'd be willing to take it all the way back up towards 12.5 cents, which is this resistance area that we've been eyeing before, right up here. Yeah, okay. It works. It works. I'll note that there's still some interesting volume down here at around 5 cents, but we'll see what happens. Actually, there's interesting volume all the way down here at 3.5 cents still. Well, you gotta wonder, if the world markets look bad, how is crypto gonna continue upwards if, France is tanking and India is tanking and the NASDAQ is tanking? Maybe there's still like one more frantic leg down in crypto. As good as the charts look here, I mean, I like the bounces in this spot. I'm long in this spot. What's next? What's next?
I guess don't forget to take profits along the way. Yeah, this seems like a nice bounce to have bought or taken.
You don't gotta you guys don't gotta get married to your long-term positions this week. I mean, just like, you don't gotta rush out and get married this week. You can take your time, walk around the dance, talk to people a little bit first. Find your one coin, find your partner.
It's nice to, of course, capture some like this 20-30%. Some of these alts have bounced in recent days, so yeah, take profits on moves like that. Don't wed yourself. All right. So did we look at all three? We did Harmony, Vet, and Raven. I don't think we've done Raven yet, did we?
I am not done Raven.
Right, Raven it is.
Yep, like a lot of tokens here, I think Raven can move upwards. At first, I'm looking for a retest of this support resistance area, and if that holds, then a movement all the way back up towards the top of the trading range. Same as everything else.
All right. Do quick shout outs, of course, to let's do Crypto Bull, of course, clarifies earn.com. Yes, that's the easy way to get to that Coinbase education portal I mentioned, earn.com. I'll pull it up on screen in a few minutes. Show everyone the breakdown of all the different coins you might be able to earn by checking that out. Let's see. We also had Nomi Python on Twitch. Hey guys, how are the three of you doing? Well, Jason's not here, but it's Alex and I today. All right, next request. Let's hop into it. We have Axie BNB. Think it will keep going. Crypto Bull, is this Axie BNB pair or is this Axie and BNB request? Oh, I think it is.
Yep. An Axie BNB request.
Yep, that's how I've noted it. Perfect.
Yeah, it looks good for continuation if we close today like this. We've got time transformations telling us to go for it. We got this baseline bounce. We're above resistance. Wada's firing. Everything seems to say go for it. If we close up here today, and it looks as if we will, although a lot can happen in 5.5 hours. But if we close the day like this, it's strong enough that I'd be willing to take it. What's next?
All right, up next we have Pirate Chain and Hex for any word.
Fucking Pirate Chain and Hex. Be the death of me.
You gotta love those two, right?
Ooh, we are holding this consolidation area on Pirate Chain. This is interesting. This is the area that I said that if we can hold $2, then this becomes an interesting buy zone, right? I think you will remember that. All right, well, I'll tell you what. As long as we can stay above $2, we're starting to make bullish divergences as well, as you can see on our Fisher. I think this gives you an opportunity to, set your stop below the lows here and take this back towards $3.5, $4. I like this as our first kind of. Actually, like this area more. I like this as our area of resistance. Yep, $3.5, $4. It's there. All right. Best I can do. If you really want to be safe, I would wait until we break the downtrend here. But someone who is asking me for Pirate Chain again and again is probably looking for an excuse to buy it, and I think this is a good area. So if you've been looking for a time to buy, then now makes sense. And then if we broke back down below $2, just have to get out and wait. So manage your position size accordingly and do the thing, man. It was Pirate Chain and what was the other one?
It was Pirate Chain and Hex, of course. Okay. And I might very well take that opportunity to get in on Pirate Chain. Averaging in here.
Okay, so I may have said this before, but I think now could be a good time to get out of Hex. And it's, I don't know what to tell you guys, because I know I've said that at 6 cents and at 8 cents, and I'm saying it again here at 13 cents. But look, what's the scam here? The scam is you buy Hex at the highest price possible to sell into the sacrifice for Pulse Chain, right? you're not buying Hex at a low price. You're buying Hex at the highest price. Where was Pulse Chain? When did the sacrifice start? Right the fuck over here, right? Right at the highs on Hex. If you ask me, now is probably not a good time to be buying or holding a Hex. You can also see there's been a lot of liquidity pulled out at these highs. I think it makes sense to be looking to get out. On the weekly, though, it's kind of hard to make that argument. We haven't broken any uptrends yet. What can I say, guys? Maybe I'm just too biased. I would be looking to get out here.
Massive bias, my man. But no, I still feel you, and we'll see. Will Alex go 4 for 4 with his bearish takes on Hex? Will Hex continue to defy all expectation?
You mean 0 for 4?
Yes, 0 for 4, I suppose. Yes, probably exactly what I meant. All right. Well, that would be a look at Hex and Pirate Chain for any word. Let's have a look. Yes, I might take this opportunity to actually get in on Pirate Chain. It's something I've been neglecting to add to the portfolio. I do think it's a promising project. Massive risks, of course, that it will not survive whatever regulatory culling comes next for the space. Guys, we know they're in their sights. But, heck, maybe something for the community. Let's have a look. Boris Bitcoin. Boris, I've got you with, what's up, guys? May I request and look at OKB and Dash? Thank you in advance. OKB.
This is a good continuation signal. You can see we've kind of already broken over resistance here. Really, yesterday was probably the ideal time to take it. Actually, the day before yesterday was probably the ideal time to take it. But, yeah, I feel like if we hold here today and don't move up too much more by the end of the day, then it would still be worth taking. We haven't. I don't think we've moved up too much. There's still juice in the squeeze here. I'd be willing to take this back up towards the resistance area, like we're looking on a lot of different coins right now. Back up towards 17, 18. What would that look like on time transfer, or on Quadrigo? Yeah, we'll actually be long since out of it. And I feel like we're already in this trading range, so all of this makes sense. I'd be willing to take this. What's next? Is OKB and
OKB and Dash.
No, see, this one is not as good as the last one. We got the continuation signal all the way back here-ish, and now we're not above resistance here in this spot. This one I just don't like as much. It'll probably move up with the rest. Like, if the market moves up, these things are probably all gonna move together, and that's what I kind of want to get through to everybody, is that really all of these charts are just, they're all gonna move at once all together. You're basically all trading the same thing right now. This looks a little different, but I don't know, it's not like appreciably different, right? And we're still underneath resistance, so not that interested in this one. What's next?
All right, let's hop into the next request. Let's check the time. Less than 10 minutes to go for the chest opening. Any word on D-Live writes, I don't know how they could call Pirate Chain. Would have to shut down KuCoin and trade Ogre. Yeah, I mean, maybe not so much Trade Ogre, but I can easily see KuCoin getting restricted in some sense. And just widely speaking, you know, it's you want access to wider markets, more exchanges, more liquidity. That's what makes price go up, right? You know, by being you know, the privacy coin, it's kind of hampered in that regard, and that's merely the only thing I was trying to point out about Pirate Chain. I'm sure, you know, these. I know the blockchain itself may not be censored or, you know, hampered, but you know, it's exchange listing that I'm talking about. But with that said, I'm still kind of excited about it because you know, we are entering a space now where internet censorship is going to run rampant. Pretty soon you're going to need an ID just to log online. Pretty soon it's going to be painfully obvious you can't even run you know, a Windows machine and maintain any kind of privacy. If everything's backdoored and intruded upon, you're going to need fallbacks. You're going to need to learn Linux. You're going to need to fall back on projects like Pirate Chain or something similar that, like a blockchain privacy-based, Linux-based OS and kind of complete platform is going to become much more popular in the future. I think that's kind of what Pirate Chain's about. But enough shilling Pirate Chain. Let's go ahead, get into Cake. We have Cake is next for Nomi Python. Can you guys do Cake, please?
I want more data. There's got to be more data than this. Where's my data? This isn't all the data. There we go. That's my data. Hey, anybody got any more of that 40-cent cake? Yeah, I think this is like everything else. It's worth taking back up towards resistance. After that, I'd be pretty cautious here. What's next? It's just, you know, it just doesn't look anything different from anything else we've looked at today, guys. What's next?
Right, next request. That was, of course, a look at Cake for Nomi Python. Thank you, Nomi, for that. Be sure to also check out, someone's asking about lemons. Yes, DLive. And watch and subscribe on DLive. Get access to some of these juicy DLive lemons. Let's have a look at the next request. It's Mirko over on DLive requesting AEON. Ticker symbol AEON, top trading pair, Bittrex.
Only trading pair.
Yeah, actually, Trade Ogre and hit BTC. Yeah.
If even Trade Ogre drops it, I mean, shouldn't a coin just go commit suicide at that point? Jesus, it's like, how low can you go? No, it looks like shit. I don't see any particular reason why you'd want to be in this over anything else. This actually looks worse than most of the other things we've looked at today.
Bit of an oddball from the OG Bittrex.
Maybe this makes sense. Maybe we're actually on the other side of the trend. Yeah, I'll say this. This is like a lot of coins here. At the very least, you'll be able to take this back up towards this resistance support area above us. I do believe that the market, we're going to get that on all of the alts here. But I don't see why you would want to take this. I just don't see it. What's next?
All right, AEON. Let's get that off the list. And just less than 3 minutes ago for that chest open. I'm going to go stock that now. Get your last few lemons in for the big giveaway. And all right, earning requests. We have Alex81SG. Can you take a look at Fear USDT? Thank you.
Well, definitely looks pretty rough here. For now, I would look for a push down below $1, and then I'd start being a buyer around 95 cents. 95 cents is an interesting area. And then maybe all the way down to 80 if 95 cents doesn't hold. It's it's kind of hard to tell. It's not like I got a whole lot of data to work with here. But you just see price is pretty attracted to this consolidation area, so I just wouldn't be surprised to see us visit it again either. Down here, push, and breakout maybe. What's next?
All right, well, next we're going to, of course, open that D-Live chest. So let me stock that and get that ready to go. About, 50 seconds. Should give everyone plenty of time. 2:45 on the dot to deploy that chest. Get ready for that prompt. Do not miss this one. All right, 30 seconds to go. Lemons are locked and loaded. Let's check out the next request. Actually, before we do that, there's one comment here. Any word wrote, still can't figure out what the sacrifice of Hex means to get the other chain or how. Alex, do you want to explain that? It relates to Pulse, of course, and the depositing or burning of tokens?
No. I don't. Look, I only know about it because other people have mentioned it to me, so I only have secondhand knowledge. You can Google that, buddy.
Yeah, just Google Hex Pulse sacrifice.
Richard Hart is so happy to tell you all about it. Don't worry.
Yes. In order to take part, I think to get more of these Pulse tokens when they drop, people are like burning or depositing their Hex in order to get their hands on this next the Richard Hart patented super pump. Your mileage may vary, of course. Let's take a look at the chest. Here we go.
So much of the Crow of like the Crow and MCO thing, with Hex pumped right to the highs, and then you have to sacrifice Hex at the highest price to then get Pulse at what's going to be like a low price. That's the way I see it.
Collect, guys. Rewards are out. Sorry, I was a little late to that one. Here we go. Rewards are coming your way now. Over here. Seconds. Alright, shoutouts to today's big winners. Any word with 297 lemons. Big giveaway there. Cryptobull 2171. Tazblitz with 124. Franklin with 98. And yes, yours truly with 82 lemons. Man, what a bonanza. Nobody gives away the super valuable lemons like we do. You got a better chance of getting free Bitcoin out there. Alright. Let's have a look at... so we did Fear just now. Next request. This is, I think, the last one on the board right now. Nice hash login with FEG on ChartX. Any good news? Is that a question mark?
Let's see. Still trapped in FEG? Let's see.
Oof.
You know, this is actually not a bad area. I don't know. Maybe. This is actually kind of interesting. Until the last couple of days, I, just stayed the heck out of it. But now, this is actually, how big of a drop is this? I know it's more than 80%, but just how big is this? Ooh, I don't know. This is kind of good looking, I think. And then if you keep track of this stuff, it's like, oh, it's like way more. What does it sound like the 4 hour? What are the highs on that? Yeah, man, if you look at the 4 hour, some people just got, oh man, it's down 90%. I would be starting to be interested to be a buyer. I could see us push all the way down to 14, whatever fractions of a cent this is. But we're getting there. Now this isn't an area where I'd be interested in being a buyer, but I guess there's not yet good news for you. If you're trapped in it, then I mean, I guess just keep staying trapped. That's your option here. So look, I like this area. I like this area to be a buyer. So I would be a seller here. That's for sure. What's next?
All right, that was yeah. Wait, we got one more request here. Shout out to NATGAS login for that. Okay, Boris Bitcoin posted this just now. I know we looked at AXS BNB, but he writes, "Hey Alex, what's your opinion on AXS USD pairing?" Fancy you'd like to revisit AXS?
I don't mind, because when I was looking at AXS BNB, I was actually wondering, what's the USD pairing looking like? I see what you mean. It's an interesting conundrum. This is a long on my system. It's just such an inopportune location to be taking it. Where would our take profits be? We'd hit take profit 1 if we retested the highs here. Feels a little late to the party here on Axie. I have a real dislike of buying the top of pumps like this, especially the top of a repump back to the top, It's a long signal, and I think you might be able to squeeze a take profit 1 out of it, but I'm not sure how much I really like it. It's just such a ugly position to be taking a long in. Because if you feel strongly about Axie, you would probably want to wait for us to make a new high and then take it, like rather than buy right before the resistance level and risk the rejection. It would just kind of make more sense to play it that way if you're up in this area and you're looking to be a buyer. But it's true. My system would have you long this spot. I just don't particularly like it. What's next?
All right. Before we get into the next one, I'm going to cover a couple comments here from Mr. Ether. He's going to obviously have some objection to you calling Hex a scam because of the pulse timing. He says that Mice Elf on YouTube also writes it's the same thing he did with Hex, where you had to sacrifice ETH to the origin address. I think there's one way of looking at this. Maybe with so much Hex locked up as part of the the staking contract, maybe what liquid Hex is left the rate on the order books, there's stuff into the Pulse contract, maybe that will push the price up. On the other hand, I think you can send not just Hex.
Another, buddy. You guys you're being dumped on right now. You don't even know it. Everything you staked, it's gonna be worthless. I'm so sorry. I feel like an ass saying it. That's what happened here. You guys will all see it in a year or two. I'm sorry.
All right, but yes, not just Hex, of course, but I think you can send any other like ERC or even Ethereum to the contract to get your Pulse guys. So it may not necessarily push Hex up, since you don't necessarily need Hex specifically. I think for Pulse, but there you have it. Thank you, Mice Elf and Mr. Ether, of course, for those comments. I have another request here we're going to add right now, and yes, we'll prepare to wrap up the show in just a few minutes. We'll see if we can get these last few. David Rice, SHIB, and Nem.
Yeah. SHIB still looks like crap here. Yeah, this looks like crap, man. This looks arguably worse than almost any other alt that we've looked at. Every other alt looks like it was setting up to do something. SHIB does look like that. Nem. Visually disconcerting. Nem is setting up nicely here. I think we could probably look for it to, do the thing every other coin is doing and move up towards resistance. I'd be looking at this area right here. I guess it's roughly 20 cents or so. Could be a good trade. That's if the rest of the market moves up in this spot. There's nothing special on Nem signaling to make me think we're going to break up here. But it's nice we've got these wicks down into this area of liquidity. We could break up with the rest of the market, sure. We'll see. If it does, I would target 20 cents. What's next?
All right, well, that would be one of the very last requests. A couple more just came in, so I'll add them to the list. Chili Lime, I see you on Twitch. All right, Chili, I'll get your request right now. He writes, Energy Web Token, EWT, if you get a chance, thank you.
I mean, sure. It can do what everything else is doing and probably break up here. It just... None of these things look any different from each other, really. It's probably going to move back up towards resistance of the trading range, which is like what? Something like... kind of actually like this area. What's that? Like $8 or so? Yeah. And then we'll see what happens. I just, yeah. Guys, none of these things look any different. What's next?
All right, there would be EWT Energy Web Token for Chili Lime. Chili Lime over on Twitch. Check the time. We have 4 minutes, not even left in the show. One last request would be AVAX for Jack Deep on Twitch.
I think this is good for a sweep back up towards resistance of this area, at least, if not all the way back up here. Let's move this. Same as we're looking at for every other token right now. So either like 14.5, 15 bucks, or maybe 20 bucks. After that, some kind of rejection. Retest the lows. We'll see what happens. Okay.
All right. Quick shout outs, of course. There was some subs given away in the live chat. Anyword received a 1-month sub from Taz. Thank you very much, Taz, for gifting a 1-month sub. Is there a second sub that went out? Crypto Bull is celebrating a 4-month sub streak. Very nice. Crypto Bull on the 4-month streak. Much thanks to the subs given away. Taz Blitz, yes. Thank you guys. How much does it, how many lemons is it for a sub giveaway? I tried to give it away on my other profile. Guess 170 isn't enough. Sub. Gift 1 sub. Guess I don't have enough, it's not working. Let's move to wrap it up. I think that was the last request. We haven't missed anything. We looked at AVAX as well. I think everything's crossed off the list for this Thursday installment in the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. Let's just hide this on screen and get ready to wave goodbye. Checking in on Bitcoin, currently 32,254, more or less where it was when the show started. Let's have a look. Anything else I need to mention here? I think good. Jack Deep says, thank you very much, sir. Thanks for a great show, says David Rice. It's awesome. Much love, CC Fan. Much love to you as well. Paranormal Debunker, 298 lemons. Now I know. Yes, thank you to, of course, a few of the new users, a few new followers on DLive and Twitch. Much thanks to everyone joining. That said, it's time to wind it down. Of course, we'll be back tomorrow for another 2 hours in technical analysis and crypto news and podcasting and all so much more. Of course, Jason, are you listening? Are you going to be back tomorrow, Jason? Hopefully we get back Jason, get the 3 amigos back in certifiable condition. That said, yeah, be sure to check out Premium, premium.krakencryptocurrency.com. Join the Premium, get access to all our goodies, our education material, proprietary indicators, the Pathways to Profits course, Members Lounge. Man, the list just goes on and on. A lot to have. Check out premium.krakencrypto. Otherwise, check us out in the Discord, and don't forget, if you missed any part of the video, timestamps are always attached to the YouTube video description, usually an hour after the show wraps. So check out the replay in just a little bit. Easily reference favorite tokens, any of our analyses. We check a lot of markets. Find them in the description below. All right, that's it. We got to move to wrap. Alex, final words.
Thank you all so much for joining us today. I'm long biased. I'm not swinging for the fences yet. It's not like I went out and put out leverage or anything on that. I've got spot buys in this area. I like this area. We're just waiting for a little bit more confirmation, and we're just going to slowly start going in harder and harder here. But to me, it looks like we're going to break up here and just sweep the highs, the trading ranges that we're in on Bitcoin and all the alts. So we'll see what happens. If the markets break up, then so much better for us, even if I'm a little confused by it. So we'll see.
All right.
Maybe Bitcoin will emerge from the world markets. That'd be even better.
Peace out. Much love.